you can see here Elon Musk built up Grok, and currently Grok is leading this competition. Gemini from Google is on the second place, and OpenAI with ChatGPT is on the third and on the fourth place, and on the fifth place is China with DeepSeek. And this is something like a really interesting benchmark because there are not many nationwide global benchmarks where you can see how the AI and LLMs are performing. And this is something I think Grok here today is interesting. Elon Musk built something up in a quite short period of time and has established here a really interesting LLM, what is really capable of solving big questions. And the HLE is an ultra challenging benchmark for language models, like written down here. And there are 2,500 questions covering over 100 subjects. And you can guess it's quite difficult and hard. And Elon already told us that Grok has the PhD level in all the topics around the world. And we are not so far away, I think, to reach the next steps, that we have some AI that is smarter than us humans. And we will see when will this happen. In the last meetup, I told you also, I'm thinking about a lot how we can stabilize the countries around the world. And I think that in the future companies, we will have much lesser people than today. And I predict that we have in the next 3 years something around maybe 50% lesser people in the companies, and how can we structure that, or how we will handle that. This is the big issue for me. And in this topic, I want to discuss with you now the topic of horizontal and vertical agents. Because when we think about, we have not so many people anymore in the company, who is taking over there, the jobs and the things that needs to be done. And I want to discuss this model. I heard it also the first time in a presentation in some environment where some new companies are born at Y Combinator. And Y Combinator is an accelerator in America, and they are going hard on vertical agents. And I want to discuss that topic with you. We can think about something like when you study in the university, you can go to some more narrow topic where you need to be really focused, or you can go to a more broader topic where are you a little bit more something like vanilla. Everybody's darling. Everybody knows how vanilla tastes, but nobody loves it. And this is something also here in the environment of agents. The vertical AI agent is going really in one industry or one department. He's really focused on the things that needs to be done in this area. They are deeply integrated with industry-specific tools, rules, and data sets, and they are optimized for specialized workflows. And they're going really deep in their domain and their knowledge. This is a vertical AI agent. And when we think now about AI and everything what we are solving with AI, I think everybody has used some prompts where he gets some unexpected outcome because the AI is hallucinating or is guessing something because the AI has no context, no understanding what exactly behind is needed, what we want to have. And a vertical AI agent has all the things around. He understands the things, and so he can solve the issue quite good because in his narrow space, he has everything what he needs. On the other side, there are the horizontal AI agent. They are designed for a broad cross-industry applications, broad knowledge, but lacks deep context or fine-tuned skills for a particular field. Answers general questions, draft emails, summarizes text. This is something like an not so highly skilled or trained maybe assistant. And I would say on my side, what I believe in the future, how we want to stabilize. I'm here in Europe, and I think the labor costs are quite high, and the future companies, they will have anymore so many people inside the companies. And I think when we find a way how to stabilize it, this is something like integrate vertical AI agents in the company, because they are doing the work or the things that needs to be done, what maybe human capacity has done in the past. I had a discussion today with some big company in the morning. I had two sales meetings this morning, and one client came from München, and we was discussing that also here in his company, that the repetitive automation the task that could be automated and stuff like that, they are really, they need to be done by AI in the future, because it is so unvaluable for the people in the company to do the things there. And I think this is, with the structure today, with the cost, um, the rising costs and everywhere, we need to go this next step. Now, when we think about how can we include or build up these vertical AI agents, this is something I will discuss in the next slide. I have seen here's coming a question, and I'll look for the chat here. All benchmarks depending on priorities of the vendors. AI companies can sub-optimize for certain benchmarks. This has happened to other benchmarks beside HLE. Of course, yes. But I think we need some benchmark to get some objective view on the things. And I'm sure there are possibilities to optimize for HLE. And maybe if you find some other benchmarks who are more suitable in your point of view, please share it with us. I would be I would be happy. Maybe you can drop them in the chat. Thank you very much, Huni. All right, guys. So the next topic here, what I discussed, how to implement this vertical AI agents. And we are coming from the field of project and product management. And what Roman and myself are doing since 2017 is we are building up standards in companies. This is something for us because when we come in a company, everywhere we go, projects are running really in a different way. Product management runs the product management in many, many different kinds of variations, and we love standards. And I call this here the company AI pyramid or pyramid. And I was thinking it through today for this meetup, and I didn't paste and copied it. I just went through the steps I was thinking what would be valuable. And on the base layer, I think there's something like our organization needs to do the homework. We need structure, we need standards. What is a company doing? It is producing value. We have some product or services running that are serving some customer. Then we can earn money and fulfill the need or the purpose of our company. We are thriving for growth. And this is the base layer, the operating model, the governance. Here is the structure, all the SOPs, and everything that needs to be cleared out. I think if a company has this base layer not figured out yet or has really a weak base layer, they will have bigger issues on the levels above. The next thing is, we also discussed today with the customer, they just asked us, they want to have a AI solution that needs SQL access for a database, and we said SQL is maybe not the best way. Maybe we can use some REST API here to get some information going, or GraphQL or something like that. And the data quality and accessibility. This is something I think many companies have some information, some data and stuff, but where is it stored? Is it accessible? And this is something we need also to think through when we want to use AI. This is something we need to have a check mark here. And we see quite often a hybrid scenario where people have some, because of policy issues, some data in their on-premise solution, maybe in some data center here in Europe, sometimes in Switzerland or something, when it depends on the restrictions. And then we have also the issue, many people are using cloud providers like SharePoint solutions or OneDrive, and this is something like more the cloud solution here. And then you have a hybrid scenario where you need to think through why the data is where stored and how can we integrate that. When we want to use AI in our company, I'm thinking always from hey, we've got an idea, now we will run a project. Out of the project comes maybe a product, like a product for internal use. We have now an AI agent. For this reason, or because of this reason, we need a use case. And this needs to be structured, because when we build in the past solution, also some development stuff, there are so easily 6 figures burned down in an amount of money, so easy or more. And if there is no business value created, we shouldn't do that. And this is something where you need to align with the management, with the board, that this use case is really valuable inside of a company. And this is something Roman and myself are always doing. We are taking always the the the, the, the wind from the back, what we get from the board, to put up our to put us in the right window to get blown on our ship in front of the things where we want to go. We never want to go against the purpose of a company. So the use cases should contribute to the purpose of the company. And because of that, the management need to be aligned, or the middle management in a bigger company. The AI architecture is something we figured out is also quite tricky part, because when you think about integrations and you now want to integrate some agents here, the big picture, how maybe you have some ticket system in your company, some we have quite often JSM, Jira Service Management, or some other toolings here in the field where we are working with our customers or clients. And then you have some Salesforce solution. You have some I don't know, Teams in your company. You have in the back end some ERP solution like SAP or something else. And then you're getting a lot of tools running in the environment of the enterprise. And you need something like the big picture. What is the architecture behind that? Where we want to use with our use case, the AI. How can we maybe separate that? Where is the data coming from? And how is it integrating? And this is something quite often we are involved to give here some overview, clarify, also with data policy stuff always. No? And we look always to the total cost of ownership perspective here, because quite often the amount what you need to bring up when you go with some solutions, maybe from on-prem to the cloud, because in future you want to have the easier connectivity for the solutions, it is quite not so easily to understand that it's cheaper or more expensive to go with the solutions from on-prem into the cloud. And therefore you need to have an overview with total cost of ownership, and then you can make some really good management decisions for that. After that, if you have cleared out the use cases and you are now, you have the big picture of the AI, of the IT architecture, and then the AI solutions um, in this architecture here in your company figured out, then we have to think about, now we can engineer our prompts, we can do the testing, and we build up domain specific examples. And this is something I think step after step, we need to climb this ladder up. And when we figured out what we want to build, and now we can engineer our prompts, we can test, we have examples running, then we can build our vertical agents in our departments, and that are doing the things that maybe humans have done before. After that, we build up now we have figured out what are the vertical AI agents doing. We are trained that we did also some training with them, some testing, but we need to build up the evals, the evaluations of the work, what they are doing. And we established maybe some other agents, gives them some more context and informations, how they should work together, where are the dependencies with each other. And then we are on the last stage here, where we can establish here in the next step, when we have all figured out and bring together the company-wide integrated AI services. And this is something I think we should always look to the first and second layer first in the companies there in the world. And we figured out it doesn't matter if big the company is. If it's 50,000 to 70,000 people working in a company, or only hundreds or 1,000 people there, it's quite often a mess on the first and the second layer. And to bring here some standards, clarity first, before we think about how fancy AI solutions can help us, is, I think, the best first step to do, because after we build up the basement, we can establish a real nice castle on it. But first, we need to do our homework. And this is something I think that needs to be, yes, bring up to attention on management also, because if not, they will burn a lot of money here, what they should do. How can we implement that in a company? And from my perspective, as I love to build products, run projects, and I'm a really like a product owner guy. I like to push the team to go for the next thing to build. and focus on the things that needs to be done. But here in the AI environment, I came around the topic AI operations, as AI ops, and I already heard quite often the word forward deployed infrastructure engineering. And this is a topic that comes from Palantir. I think Palantir is quite known currently, and it is also an a seed what comes out from Y Combinator in America, from the big accelerator there, and they established a nice looking, for us convenient model or framework what I would adopt in a company, also inside the company, not only for customers outside the company. And when you are working in an agile environment, focus on the customer and users. So this is something here direct. They are working directly with the customers or users in the field. So this engineer, it's something like as I am an industrial engineer, and so I'm quite horizontal oriented, so I can talk to everybody in the company, and but I'm not an IT guy. No? But they need to bring the right people together here and talk in the field with the users. And this is something I like in this model here of forward deployed infrastructure engineering, that they are customer and user centric. The next thing is speed and agility. I think to ship solutions is something we try always to do. No? When we are working in an agile environment, we always build and ship, get feedback, build, ship, get feedback. And I think because the technology and everything around is highly changing, there are so many updates coming. We need to adopt quicker. And this is really challenging for myself also. When I'm a product owner, I try to bring the team a little bit smoother, that we have iterations, maybe 2 to 4 weeks, one sprint, and then we can have the next planning, and then we do the next iteration, and then we have the review, and keep on going this mode. No? But if you are working together with the customer here, they get quicker feedback loops, and you try to be fast here, because if you go in the wrong direction, you will burn money. And enabler for AI agent systems handles urgent, ambitious, mission critical issues. I think quite often, if you are sitting in your headquarter, or you are quite far away from the problem, maybe you're in the IT department and now you're in charge for the AI agents in the company, this is too far away. You need to understand the pain points of the users. You need to go to them and understand what is critical for them, what is important for them. And this is something I think what here in this framework of the deployed infrastructure engineers is quite well done, and they are going to the people and handle the urgent, ambitious, and mission critical issues. The other thing, there needs to be somebody in the company when you implement here these things that takes ownership. And I think these guys, the engineers here, they need to be people like the product owners that feels the purpose of a product and burns for it and want to establish it because it drives value for the company and creates value for the customers. And they need to have the same purpose. They need to drive it. And this is an engineer. I was thinking about a name, but I'm not sure about how we want to call him. In the product environment, it's a product owner. Here in this AI environment, I have no clue how we want to call him. And but I'm sure there will be some wording in the future. And these are the thoughts here for implementation. From my side, I have some conclusion. What I think what is important to prioritize. My personal conclusion on when you want to structure AI around your company and products is do your homework. You have figured out here the 2 layers, what I explained to you before, are quite important. You build everything up on them. And so please do your homework here, bring in structure, standards, and everything, because I think the AI, how should they know what you want from it when you're building really the vertical agents here? They need some streets where to operate and to go. If you don't give them streets where to go, they are just running wild. And this is something important. I think we are a bit maybe manipulated by AI currently, because we think AI is smarter than us. but I think AI can only help when we make use of human intelligence. And this is something I like a lot. Why? I guess, as my point of view, is humans are not only one brain. We figured out in the last hundred of years, thousands of years, how to work together with each other. And this is a capability like in a network where we connect brains with each other. And this is something I think that's really valuable. And so from my point of view, AI can only help when we make use of our human intelligence. The third point is the cycles are really quick. And I had a talk in München a week ago in the evening with 30 people on site there. And I was discussing the issue, what is rising here, because of the challenges we have with energy. All these LLMs and everything what is building up here has a huge, is really thirsty and hungry for energy. And this is something, I guess, there are big changes coming for humanity. And we need to prepare for that and also think it well through, because if we don't do, we got some problems here on the horizon. The fourth point is we are shaping the future together. And this is something also from my side. No? So I'm a industrial engineer. I'm not too deep dive into the IT environment, but I see the future and I want to share the knowledge, because when we share it, we can build up on each other. And this is something I would like to invite you. Let's share ideas and connect. And this is also the goal of the meetup when we are running that. We are not always the hardcore experts of the topics, but we bring the best knowledge together and we try to iterate with you guys together and make it better for everybody. The fifth point is here humanity is approaching the next level of human intelligence. I think this is my hope when we figure out now that we are maybe some I don't know, but there's a left hand and a right hand, no? And not everybody can do the same things with one and the other hand. And I think in the past, technology was always something like a tool for us humans to enlarge our capabilities. No? But also the humanity has evolved over the last years, and it's getting a little. It was something like we are on the right track. We're getting more educated, more people getting educated, and everybody, the whole level in the world is getting up. And this is something also here. I think um, we have there is a big possibility that we are reaching the next level of human intelligence by using AI in a proper way. And don't make us small. We need to grow that we have the size that is um, capable to use these tools in a good way. And I was thinking about the name, no? Like the product owner here in the product environment. I think here this is something like I like the word AI ops, AI operations, because I am more the hands-on guy and not though the dreamer. I like strategy. This is not dreaming for me, but I like strategy that I can implement. And I love it a lot to talk with management and make decisions for the next 3 to 5 years. But I'm also an implementer and not a dreamer. And though AI ops is something I would like to invite you, let's think about together what is the right wording to implement the right tools, AI agents, vertical AI agents, the company to stabilize this environment where we are working every day.